Hi everybody. I don't really do videos that much, just because I'm not a video person. But I wanted to show you guys what I'm working on right now because all you see is the video or the pictures that I put on Facebook. So, my mother-in-law borrowed me her pair of 3.25 or 3.75 32-inch circulars, which I needed because I only bought 16-inch circulars because I was only thinking I was going to do hats and stuff, and then I decided that I really want to make myself a tote purse for like when we want to go on trips and stuff, and I need to bring like a book or a tablet or something like that for the kids, or if we're sick and we bring Kleenex and all dog treats. I don't know, whatever. But I wanted a bigger purse because all I have is like little purses because I don't have anything to put in there. But anyway, so I wanted to make myself something, kind of as a Christmas present to myself, and also kind of just because I was getting a little antsy. My goal is to make socks, and I really want to get into that. I've wanted to do that for a while. I've gotten a little bit depressed about the fact that I don't know how to do socks yet. I did buy myself a pair or a whole set of double points, but I had bought 5-inch ones on accident, so I have to go get longer ones. However, there's a new thing that I've been hearing about, the Magic Circle toe-up socks, and I'm hoping that I can learn how to do that with toe-up socks. Um, Toe-up two at a time would be great because I really don't want to get second sock syndrome where I make one and then I don't want to make another one. I do I just met a friend on the Fair Isle group on Facebook that she might watch this if I tag her in it. But I noticed that she did something that she called Socktober. So she knitted a crap ton of socks in October. Like, I think something like 60 pairs, maybe even 100 pairs of socks. Pairs of socks in October. That's what I want to do because that keeps my hands busy, keeps me playing with my yarn and my fiber that I really like to do. But at this point, like, I don't need anything else. Like, I have purses, I have bags, I have blankets, I have sweaters, I have hats and scarves. I don't need anything like that. I don't have any project I need to do. And unless something magical comes through, which gives me orders so that I can make things for people, make some income, which I really need, especially right now, um, then focusing on a project that will be good for me and productive for me, but also that you can never have enough of, which is socks, to me. Would give me a great sense of pride, to be wearing my own socks that I made myself, and knowing that, if I made 100 pairs of socks, they're gonna get used and they're gonna eventually not be usable. So that would be a really good thing for me. So anyway, this is kind of like the last thing I'm gonna do before I dive into the mysterious world of socks. Hopefully not becoming a failure. But so you all saw the hat that I knitted Eric. That was kind of my second real project. And then I made my coin purse. And then now I'm making this, and I'm really excited. Most of these patterns I have found online. I've got my little handy dandy book here, which usually in the past is all full of my crocheting diagrams and stuff. I have a great website that I use, and so the one that sorry. So I printed off a lot of my favorites that I make, and stuff like that. But now, for the first time in my life, I'm adding the knitting stuff. And so I did print off a bunch of just kind of inspiration type things like that. Um, There's some different kind of pictures, like this here. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not really gonna knit ravens or, you know, yeah, it's just like a crap ton of different birds and things like that. I'm never gonna do that kind of stuff. But I do like this pattern. I do this one a lot. This one is in my thing. This one is kind of in my thing. And this one here is in my thing. Yeah, so I do like this one a lot. Um, there's one of those in there. You know, things like that. And then, of course, you got the snowflake pointed star, which I have a hard time seeing the graph that small. So I actually, I relocated it onto my graph that I make. I'll just show you a couple of the other ones. Here's one of the graphs that I made. I got the, if you look at it from where I'm looking, it says HCCW, which stands for Head Covering Christian Woman, which is, of course, what I am. And then, of course, the word saved, some crosses in there, and then the Quaker symbol. This is pretty great. So I'm trying to make my own little things. That's a good one. I like that one. I've never done that one. That one's pretty famous that I like to put that in almost all my things. I would like to do some deer stuff in the future. I got a couple of deer things that I printed out. Again, the snowflake. And then some letters. I don't like these letters. I don't use them. But I like to make my own, and I made a couple of my own different little patterns. And these are all in it. This one. And then like a circle-y one. This is the pattern I rewrote from the other one so I can read it better. It's bigger. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting old or I don't know what's going on, but it's hard for me to see. And some other little things. And then this one is upside down. And those are all in my thing. So I've got these all nice and together and put in my little folder thingy. Yeah, that I use. And then so I got all of my yarns that I'm using for my project. And I actually, when I started this project, I intended it to just be whites, silvers, blues, and grays because I think that's really traditional Scandinavian colors, and I'm really proud of my Scandinavian heritage. And so that's what I plan on doing. And then I really fell in love with how the wool ease worked up in my hands. I made some stuff for a client, and she let me keep the leftover yarn. And they're not really my colors at all. They're her colors, and they're beautiful, but they're just not my colors. I'm more like browns, greens, dark oranges, dark reds, things like that. I like those colors. But I had a whole bunch of it left over, so I tried to figure out how to integrate it with some other colors, and I just really fell in love with it. So because of that, I ended up totally switching my color palette into just crazy randomness, I guess. And so I'll show you my bag that I'm using. So instead of having like the four colors, the gray, silver, white, and blues, I ended up with this, which is all, first of all, this is an old comforter bag. I always keep comforter bags and things, blanket bags and stuff like that. I keep all my yarns in it. This is all of my lace weight, sock weight, DK, and sport weight yarns. Just for sheer fact of I might use it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next row until the next row comes. That's pretty much what it comes to. You all know who have seen my work before that I love my metallic yarn. I made the blanket for Amy. I made my shawl. I made my sister's poncho shawl convertible thing. All those have metallic yarns in them. I love my Patons metallic yarn. It's hard to work with sometimes. 100% worth it. I'm sorry. Like, I listen to all my knitting and crocheting friends complain about it. And I'm like, give it to me. I'll take it. Because I would love the headache. Because it's worth it in the end. And I have had only 2 colors. I've only had bronze and silver. Because, oh, let's see if I can find it. If I can find the bronze offhand, I don't know. Oh, yeah. So here's bronze. So here's silver. I mean, look how shiny that is. You know, there's literally no other yarn in the entire world that's like this. And then my bronze here, which is the one that I use so much of. And I did buy, like, I think 3 or 4 of these skeins a couple of years ago. And this is all I have left. This has been through all those blankets and shawls and everything. I love this yarn. But all of my knitting friends have been talking about Dollar Tree getting Patton's metallic yarn, and I was like, there's no way, because I was paying $6 or $7 or whatever at Joann Fabrics for it. There's no way that magically this, what I would consider pretty expensive yarn, is just magically at the dollar store. I mean, come on, this is what I did, right? This is my only other shiny yarn, and this is like bubblegum pink kind of color. And this is reclaimed yarn off of a sweater I found at a thrift store, and I just unraveled it because I couldn't let this yarn go to waste. So, I mean, I've done some pretty desperate things for metallic yarn and shiny stuff because I'm a shiny person. I like glitter and I like shine. So Kurt was a gentleman, and he decided that he would, in the process of doing some other needed errands in town today, decided that he would take me to Dollar Tree and see what Dollar Tree had. And lo and behold, they only had 1 color. And it's not my favorite color, but guess what? I bought 4 skeins anyway because it's only $4. I had my Patton's metallic yarn. And this is like a deep purplish red. It is called metallic fuchsia. So fuchsia, it's a beautiful color. I wish I could show you. I don't know. I'm sure you can't really grasp it too well, but it's a beautiful color. And I might not use it for a year or 2, but you know what? For $1 a piece, you literally can't pass that up without committing some kind of fiber sin. So anyway, that's my big stash. Some of these, by the way, are 50 cents right now at Walmart. They're not actually sold with the yarn. They're sold with the other arts and crafts type of stuff in this bin. And then a lot of these yarns have come from friends, garage sales, all that stuff. Except for my second most, and I'm sorry, I have to say this because I do love my metallic yarn. That's number 1. My second most prized yarn that I own is what I call my watermelon yarn. And I have been staring at it for almost a year. Camera, this is you. I can't get myself to use that yarn. And I know that I still, yeah, I do. I just love it. And when I caked it and I looked at it, it looks like a watermelon. I mean, the colors are beautiful. The greens, the pinks, the whites. I mean, it looks like summer in a yarn. And my friend Tamara, she dyed the wool and spun this, and I got to get it. And I am so happy with it. And this is the first time I actually used it in a project. So, without further ado, my people. Oh, and I wanted to show you my yarn container. Put my pens and scissors and yarns in there. And then I just melted holes in the top with the screw. And then when I'm not working on my project, I stick it in the box too. only because I have dogs that like to jump on things. I used to do it because I had kids that like to touch things. Now I do it because I have dogs that like to jump on things. But so to show you like a size, this is really why I'm doing this video, because everybody keeps thinking this is a small project. This is the biggest knitting project I've ever done ever. So this is it, guys. I did a serious increase mistake here. And I know that now. I'm a beginner. I'm sorry. I wish I could fix it, but I can't. But this is where it is so far. And at the top here, I've increased all the way up to 260, 280 stitches per row. So at this rate, it takes me about an hour an inch. Down here, it was taking me about 45, a half hour, and then about here to here was about 45 minutes. So, this is probably, actually might be an hour per half an inch, because at this point, this is really solidly probably 30 hours of work, probably. So I've got this kind of weird, I call them Pope crosses. I don't know why I call them that, but that's what I call them. That's from one of the papers I showed you, as well as this design here with the triangles, as well as this one here with the flowers. And I don't know why, but I really like the colors that I chose for that. I think it turned out really well. And then I put some of the metallic in there. You can see the brown and the black. That brown is metallic. Then of course my snowflakes. Now I have a hard time with this because I think that this just does not fit with everything else. But you know what? It's for me, so who cares, right? And then I did like this geometric shape thing here. This is that one that I showed you that I created myself. I love the colors that I chose for this. It's like a rust red brown almost, and then like a goldenrod yellow and a beautiful like leaf green in there. It's gorgeous. And then the background of these here, that's that watermelon yarn. And the watermelon yarn makes these U's here as well. And then this is, you can see with the green, it's the spiral that I showed you. And then these is the triangles again. So this is what I'm making. I mean, it's pretty big. This is, what would you say? What, maybe 16 inches tall? I mean, this looks like it's about a foot here. I don't know, something like that. And it's just tied at the bottom for now, just so that I kind of keep getting a feeling that I'm actually achieving something, I guess. I'm kind of weird. I don't know if it's the artist in me or if I'm just weird, but I kind of think that the crazy inside is really pretty too. Like, it just looks like random strands of yarn. It just looks really strange. But I think it's very abstract, and I think it's really pretty. So that's what it looks like inside my needles right now. And I can even pull this out, actually. Pull it inside out to show you. I mean, besides the stars there, you can see obviously, but I mean, I think there's something to be said about that. I think it's kind of pretty looking, and then there you can see that metallic bronze is in there. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. Hopefully I'll wrap it up tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do as far as straps for it. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to knit some straps. I was thinking about buying or making, I should say, some canvas straps for it, but I think it would just look really out of place. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. My hands are kind of killing me, but my soul is very happy, and it's keeping me focused on everything but the crazy things that are happening in my life. You know, when you live with a chronic disability and you live with a lot of the stuff that we all have to deal with, but you know, in my particular life that I have to deal with, you know, sometimes you just need a creative way to spend your time and not give in to your anxiety disorder, not give in to your fibromyalgia, not give in to your depression. Just sit and focus on creating something that makes you happy and not giving into all the sadness, you know? So that's what I do. And I'm very thankful that I have a supportive husband who does not mind my yarn and does not mind my constant jabbering about my yarn and will take me to the store to get yarn for $1 and sits here in bed next to me listening to me make a 20-minute video about my yarn. So tell me what you guys are doing. What are you doing with your days? What are you making? What are you doing? How are you expressing yourself in your life, in your art, in a way that makes you happy? And bonus points if you're an expert sock maker and you can help me learn how to make socks. 2 at a time, preferably toe up, magic circle. Bonus points. Alright. Peace out, everybody. This is really my first video in like 8 years. So, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving and have a good Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Merry Christmas, and God bless.